Hello and welcome back. Okay, so last time I wasn't able to finish the Unhold fight here, but I did do it on my own time, so now it's done. The inventory is full. I think I'll still continue exploring here though, since we don't really care about money and it's day 601. We mostly just want to finish the run. And there's still a couple of things I'd like to do. So let's get to it. It's also been about a week since I last played the game, so I may be a bit rusty. I also didn't quite get as much sleep as I would like. But then again, if someone dies because of lack of sleep, at this point perhaps it's not that big of a deal. Ocean of Bones. Okay, I don't really care about that though. So we are looking for a really big orc camp, perhaps. We know there's one here, Skarnik Blot, or something a little bit perhaps more exciting than this one. Though obviously this being hardened, even this isn't like a pushover fight, but for us at this stage of the game it kind of is. And yes, we also want the Davkul helmet, and we do need to be away from civilization for that event to be able to trigger, I think. If we see some dire wolves, I'll probably leave them be. I guess I'll go a little bit west and then to the south, probably to El Haddad, where we will offload the inventory and resupply. That's the plan. And I suppose, yes, let's just head to Skarnik Blot. Oh, the grotesque tree is here, so we can cure someone's permanent injuries if we'd like. And I suppose that is what I would like, since, yes, now I remember, Hakon has a broken knee. So sure, let's visit the grotesque tree. Let's see what this is. I'll just take a little. You gain a water skin. Okay, but instead of keeping it safe, we'll just immediately have Hakon drink it. Will remove all temporary or permanent injuries, as well as the old addicted, exhausted and hangover traits and status effects. There we go. Welcome back. Okie dokie. Oh, and also the sacrifice. Doesn't really matter which one I choose here. Let's go with Nuh, I guess. There we go. Nuh has been sacrificed. Bahad is now a disciple. Bertwin is an acolyte. Sweyn is also an acolyte. And Sir Ulf the Banner is a zealot. And yes, only the indebted here are angry, and they of course cannot leave us. The issues that were hindering our progress for so long of the run no longer exist. So I'll take a look at the food situation here. Yes, we should have enough time for this, and, well, not like I have much choice, because there's no place where I could purchase food. And as I've been doing, I will just ignore these goblin locations. I may want to do goblins again at some point in my life, but now is not the time. Okay, so this one, Skarsnik Blot, has a couple of champions and dozens of warriors and an orc warlord. Honestly, that doesn't seem too bad, but we'll see how it goes. Let's do it. Switch the lineup though. Let's bring the top lineup. I guess I could use Sweyn instead of Raban, for example, or instead of Sven. Though more frontliners the better, kind of, but Sweyn is a lot of damage. think I'll sit Raban out. Anything else I'd like to change here? I guess I will bring Sir Ulf, yes. Morale issues can arise. That is true. So we'll leave out these guys. And Walther here I haven't been using much. I mean, that's partly because I got him so late, but also partly because, despite having a lot of ranged skill, I just can't seem to be able to do much with him, since he lacks AP generation or regeneration, I guess, in the form of Berserk, for example. And also I don't have a famed handgun. So I may even want to fire him, but then again, it's day 602, and it doesn't really matter at this point. I'm fairly certain that pretty soon the run will be over. Oh, and yes, they are seemingly a bit weaker because they've spawned a patrol recently. Well, that's too bad. Let's kill some orcs. $35 of them. So yeah, like I said, I'm a bit rusty. Let's see how this goes. Okay, let's not use any of that. We'll just hold. I probably move like Leonhard into the front and probably engage here, but we'll see. I'll just do this, I think, since I can hit over this. And do I want to move there? I suppose it doesn't matter. Just stay. Honestly, I'm not worried at all about this fight, but we'll see if that's warranted. If my attitude is too flippant, too casual. Yeah, I think I'll just stay put there. Here is Ox Shock with a Colossal Guardian. How unexciting. And I suppose I could move into the melee range with Fahad, who has 40 melee defense. Getting stunned is always a possibility, of course. I don't know. Just stay. We can use Carolus there if I'm going to use someone there. Do this rotation, I guess. Though I can do this first, right? Because of combo. And then do nothing else, or reposition maybe? Now if I do this, I'm blocking for it. Doesn't necessarily matter though. Let's just do it. And just do this as well. Oh, not enough. Well, I'll, I could save 2 AP, I'll just do that. Okay, that's plenty of orcs in the north. Let's see, Leonhard's initiative is only 8. Suppose I'll like move here. Start indoming. Yes, I do have 3 shields. I was semi-worried there for a second that I had forgotten to bring more shields. Though, how many axes do they have? Yes, actually they do have plenty of axes. Anyways, yes, just start doing that. And then with Hakon, sure, just engage here somewhere. And Helmer's Inspiring Presence is seemingly unnecessary. I also don't need the Voice of Davkul. Do I do nothing in that case? I guess I might do nothing. Well, move like 1 tile. I don't want to engage here, I don't think. I'll just let them advance, probably. Or maybe Sven moves like there at the beginning of the round. So if I move here, what am I doing with Sir Ulf? Also, this will be away from the northern flank a bit. I don't know. Doesn't really matter. This is, I mean, despite the numbers, this is should be simple. Let's just stay there. Bertmin stays. Sir Ulf moves here. And then... So obviously I could finish this guy. But I kind of don't want to do it. Then again I could use the Vanquisher step, so... Whatever, let's do it. And if I move here, I'm blocking the potential stun. Then again, are you faster? You should probably be faster. Though this guy acts before. Well, whatever. I'll just play it safe. Kind of safe. So just move there instead of hitting this one. There we go. And now to decide. Sven, I guess yes. Just move. That keeps the decisiveness as well as kind of blocks their access to Swain. Though obviously they are orcs who can push us around. Anyways, here we do a hit and run, perhaps. Like so. Go for this. And now I could use Hold Steady, which does prevent them pushing us around. Don't really need Blitzkrieg, do I? Kind of semi more worthwhile perhaps to use Hold Steady next round instead. So in that case, what the hell do you do? I guess you just wait. Okay. And this guy probably steps here. You wait. And you wait. Hakon with 12 action points. Do that and perhaps hit someone other than these two. So yes, kind of perhaps a slight mistake using Hakon on the flank here because, well, we've already seen him get struck down once. Well, Carolus will provide support. I think it's going to be fine. Speaking of Carolus, yes, step over there. Do that. They're pushing us around a bit. What else can you expect from these greenskins? Alright. Do that and do that. Do I do this? I don't think I will. Yeah, I don't think I will. And with Sir Ulf, I could do a rotation for someone. Don't necessarily want to do so though. So I may just like recover instead, despite the fatigue situation being this. How about Horik though? If I rotate Horik here, he'll have more targets. Doesn't necessarily need more targets though. Yeah, I think I'll just recover. Okay, and Leonhard, you just keep on doing this. And we won't be using this, so do I use the Voice of Davkul now? I think I will, yes. And hold there. Let's not passing step. It does take a lot of effort with these weapons to get through that armor. Okay, let's leave this one alive and go for this one instead. So yes, I can use that for Berserk. Let's go for this one. And then just stay where you are. Alrighty. Let's go for... well, let's see. 97 hit points. Headshot chance is 30%. I'll go for this first. And actually, you act in 23. Let's leave that kill for you, perhaps. Get that Berserk. And yeah, you can't attack again. So just stay there. Okay. And also, yes, actually, you have 12 action points due to being inspired, so we'll save the kill for Carolus here. I could even wait. Don't think that's a good idea, but I could. Maybe I'll like leave. Well, take out this one instead of this one. Yeah, let's do so. So the 4 action points are wasted. And Sir Olaf. Let's wait. Okay, and now it's time to hold steady, I think. Alright. Do I even want to use the decapitation? I think I'd like to move here with passing step. So switch weapon. Go for the swing. And let's see, so 45 initiative. Running out of fat. Just kill this. And also, yes, the warlord is over here. Alright. Of the 95. Okay, so Sir Olaf, can I figure out anything for you to do? Not really. I can't think of anything that's like going to accomplish anything, so just attack. I mean, that does a little bit. Very little, but it's something. Okay, let's see here. I'll split the damage. Let's go for this. Okay. And now probably Voice of Davkul. Yeah, let's just use it. I could also reposition. That doesn't really help much, does it? I can't really see many good spots to move to. Just stay where you are. Okay, and let's see here. So I suppose I'll use the Shatter after this, so I can attack twice. There we are. Okay, Bertwin has to handle this all by himself for the most part. We'll see if he can do it. He can use the passing step to move around though, so he's probably going to be a-okay. And I think I'll use the riposte now. All right. Let's not make room for this one, I think. Though maybe it doesn't even matter at all. Okay, that's good enough there. Would have been good on my part if I could have positioned Dieter to be up against one or two opponents. In any case... with Sir Ulf. What can I do? It may just be to attack again. Though I can move now, so I could rotate someone somewhere. But yeah, I don't really see much point in that. Okie dokie. So now, let's see, what is your initiative? -10. You can still handle this spot, so I think we'll just probably stay there. This or this? Let's go for this. Okay, that's disappointing. Okay. What is your melee defense? 42. Work on that one. Disappointing again. And that was a headshot. Okay, well. Sometimes it do be like that. Okay, and wait. Goodbye. All right. 21 left here. It seems I may need to do a rally. And let's just recover. Okay, here I could do a rotation. But then again, this one is fleeing. Let's move here perhaps, though I would like to attack the rear instead. But yeah, let's move there. Okay. And with Sir Ulf. This rotation makes a little bit of sense. Not necessarily a lot, but a little bit. I guess I'll do it. Also, yes, I kind of forgot about Bertwin, but he's merely wavering now. Let's not use that. Not from there. Not now. Alright, so fleeing now, but that may not last. Excellent. And that definitely worked out. Now though, I suppose Sven does need help. Probably does need it. If I move here though, I'm kind of blocking Dieter. I'll just wait. Let's see. So this one actually probably won't be dead, but maybe will be. Well, we'll see. Just keep on using that. Oh, hello. Well, that means that we get inspired, if nothing else. To disarm. I did not see that coming. Okay. Anyways, you're not fleeing now. Go for this one, I guess. Okay, so Sir Ulf, can I do anything here? No. Would be nice to be able to attack the Warlord. I guess I can move there and still smite Shatter. There we go. How are you still confident, sir? Let's just do this. And this one has decided to die. There you go. Wish granted. I'll step here. Bertwin actually hasn't taken any damage since his armor has repaired itself. I did forget he has that. So yeah, this went pretty smoothly, I'd say. The camp would have been tougher if the patrol had not spawned there. Semi-interesting if it would have been difficult enough to get someone killed. So yes, there we go. Okay, let's take a look at the numbers here. Either over 3000 damage, Fahad 2500, Farid 4200, Swain 2300, Hakon 28. Okay. Couple of levels there, couple of famed orc shields. Nice durability. So as far as orc shields go, this is pretty good, I'd say. The Sturdy Bastion, 115 durability and -3 fatigue cost for shield wall knockback. I'll dump a few things, I guess, even though it doesn't really matter. So these are worth 700-ish. Same for these. Well, maybe a bit more. Take these though. Take that. Take that. I really don't need to be min-maxing the inventory game here. But old habits die hard. This is worth 500 only. Well, I guess I'll still pick it up. Why the hell not? 600, whatever. Okay, good enough. Alright, let's go to Elhadet. See goblins. Leonhard, level 20. Swain, level 16. I'll take a hit point roll here. Helmer, level 26. And finally, Farid, level 22. Okay, nice. I'll leave the goblins be. I don't really care that they have goblin champions among them. Lazanix. Greenskin Horde. If there's an orc champion, maybe I'll kill these. Well, there is. There is a champion. Okay, let's give some playtime for someone else. Let's sit you out. Let's bring Gebhard. Hakon has taken a bit of damage. Sit him out. We don't need nets for this, but then again the inventory is kind of an issue. How much do these weigh in the inventory? Let's see. Oh, they weigh nothing. Okay. Interesting. Okay, well, I can save some inventory space by equipping those there. Alright, and Randolph, get rid of that. And let's do this. I'll try to be fast here. I mean, let's not get completely carried away, even against 12 of these somewhat easy opponents at this point, but let's try to do it quickly. Combo also helps with tasks like that, at least in this version. I don't remember how it works in the version of Hardened that's available at the moment, and by the time this video comes out, or by the time you end up watching it, it may again be changed. In any case, whatever. Getting sidetracked, kind of. Okay. Could just move there. Yes, I think I will. Okay, thank you, gain ground. I can't really use you, but thanks for trying. As far as I remember, I think the lightning sword lightning effect does work with riposte in vanilla and probably in legends, so I'm assuming that it not working here is a change made by Hardened, but that's an assumption. Okay, sure. So I've probably mentioned this, but I find it a little bit strange that when a wolf rider is fleeing, once you kill the wolf, the skirmisher is no longer fleeing. It's a little bit strange to me. Maybe it shouldn't be, but it feels like it. Oh, what the? Why did you stop? Oh, there's a... Yes, this guy that I just spoke about. Well, whatevs. Famed Fortress. Okay, not terrible. Okay, I'll just leave all of this garbage here. Den of the Assassins. Don't care. So yeah, I guess we've probably seen what the orcs have to offer, so to speak. So what I could do is perhaps go fight some barbarians again, but then again we've done that. There is a very big camp here though. So that may be tougher than the majority of the fights we've done against barbarians so far, maybe. In any case, let's sell things here. I don't even care about the price at this point. And also, yes, I have a lot of these famed armors here, even the Emperor's armor. But I'll not use them because I don't have the attachments. Though then again, yes, I killed those unholds. Do I now have enough parts? I left those direwolves out there. I guess I should have theoretically killed them. And yeah, I can't make a bone plating. Anyways, doesn't really matter. I'm mainly keeping this stuff for sentimental value at this point. I'll sell this ancient lance, I think. Then, no, actually I won't, because I may still fight lindworms, yes. In which case I may even use that. Maybe. We'll see. This can go, yes. Yes, it can. How about this? No one's going to use it. So I think yes, we have a better one in use. I am sure, yes. And I suppose I won't be fighting any more Hexen. Let's just sell those wooden sticks. Sell one of those at least. Sell that. Yeah, like I said, kind of keeping stuff needlessly around. I'll keep the better one out of these two, I suppose. The other has lower weight and the other has more durability. I don't know, whatever. Keep the one with higher durability, I guess. Though, am I ever going to use two of these? Or even one in the inventory? Who knows? Probably not. Anyways, I'll just purchase all of the food here. Okay, never mind. I'll sell one more shield. I'll sell the Sturdy Bastion. Alright, so this claims that we have enough food for a while. And I suppose I have not that much of a reason to doubt it, but plenty of this stuff is going to spoil. Yes, so I would like to have more sustenance. Take a look at these, I guess. The Sandstorm and 2 Gladiators. Okay, at this point we don't really care. So not sure why I even looked at the arena. I guess it's kind of a challenge, maybe, since the champion is there. So we could take this on just because of that. It's not worth it, really, but I guess I could do it. Though I don't remember just how tough the gladiator champions can be. But I guess I can bring some nets as a backup. Whatever. Let's take it. Let's take it so that people cannot claim that we were cowardly. Okay, I'll bring like a couple of nets in case, but in the inventory. So Dieter is coming. So yeah, that does hurt the fatigue though. We'll see if he's the one to use those. Elmer can have one. And then who is the third? Join this. Let's take a look here. So Hakon probably, yeah. So I could bring like Carolus this time. He's only fought in one arena fight. I think I'll bring him. And let's see. Was 4 fat if I just leave one of those out. I'll give Helmer 2. Let's give like... I mean, very unlikely I'll end up using it, but I'll give Carlos probably 1. Let's leave out the bandage for this, so he's at 50. And Dieter, just get rid of this. You're better served just attacking, I think. Okay, let's see how this goes. Okay, so the Sandstorm, 97. So plus 12. Melee skill, 62 melee defense. Which is more than double. But he has dodge, these guys don't. Okay. Do you have Vigorous Assault, sir? I forget. Do you guys have it? You don't seem to have it. So 1 net. This weapon does have the Bearded Blade. I could just advance straight away. I think I won't, though. Let's allow them to be aggressive on us. Just back off 1 tile. Let's see if they want to. Yes, they do actually want to do it. Uses Bearded Blade on Dieter. Chance 5. Okay, Blitzkrieg. And also Onslaught straight away. And that should already pretty much solve this. So now I'm not inspired here. Well, too bad. That's just too bad. Might as well get next to the Sandstorm. Or I step back. Both options are valid. So 97. So I'll just move next to him. You wait though. Chance 5. Dieter is now an arena veteran. Alright, let's go to the hub. Let's purchase some things to eat. Alright, at this point, I think I'll just leave these groups alone. I don't really care. We're through grinding in this run, I think. We get all of the food and then we head out. Though let's also get some tools. Double check there's anything to sell. Don't see much. Not that I remember though, let's switch it here. Switch back, I mean. I guess Dieter could run with a bandage, sure. I'll even purchase one. Don't usually do it, but let's do it. Though yeah, let's take a quick look at these. And decide not to do anything, okay. So yeah, let's also take a look at the other things available before I go. Okay, good talk. So, yes. Now I need to decide. Let's go north, I guess. So we can find a lindworm contract in a village, or we can find lindworms out in the wild. That's one of the fights left that I haven't attempted in Hardened, because it's usually not worth it. Also, I don't believe we fought Ifrits, but we know we win, and it's just a boring and potentially painful fight, even still. Right. Transgressor bird has been dealt with. So this is a very nice leveling fight here, but we don't care about that anymore. I do like it that Hardened kind of keeps the difficulty up all the way to this stage of the game. Even so, though, all good things come to an end eventually, and we are nearing the end. Just a couple of things left to do. Basically, we need the Davkul helmet and then like one lindworm fight, and then I'm satisfied with this run. We've done all of the other goals. I'll leave the sunken library perhaps for the next run. That's a fight that I don't really enjoy. And also, truth be told, I haven't done it many times, so I don't quite remember how it works. But in any case, let's visit Dornberg here. I don't remember if the lindworm contract can spawn in a village or it has to be a city. I would imagine that it can spawn in both. Anyways, there seems to be nothing here. But I'll get some even more food and tools. Alright, let's just go to Eckholtz. And I guess we'll take a look at the Rallying Stone of the Elders, see if that's a fight that we perhaps can get someone killed at. Now that it doesn't really matter anymore. Okay, I'll just skip this. Earlier on, of course, I would have done it to spawn something famed. Also, yeah, one thing I forgot about. I didn't purchase an indebted for the next sacrifice. Well, we'll try to recruit someone here. Doesn't really matter who we get. Since I don't care anymore if they leave, we can easily replenish sacrifices. Ingmar, welcome aboard. And he can also carry some things. Here you go, Ingmar, the cripple sacrifice. Have the Emperor's armor. He is now our Emperor. There you go. I guess we could still maybe do these tougher Necromancer locations, because those are insanely tough. See just how unfeasible they are without a way of easily dealing with the Necromancers. Let's take a look at this place. Okay, a few Necromancers, lots of fallen soldiers, several fallen heroes. So this is really stupid, but I think I will go for it. Though the thing is, if I get a lot of casualties, then I perhaps cannot efficiently fight lindworms. Is there a chance I even lose that fight? There might be a chance I even lose. There's still a few things I'd like to do, so I'll skip that, actually. It's fine if a couple of people die, but I'm not entirely sure we'll actually win this without a lot of casualties. Okay. So, yes, we get the conversion event, but Davkul for once does not actually want someone. But then again, it doesn't matter. We can sacrifice someone who's a cultist. Never mind. Show him the darkness. There we go. Okay, so yes, it's very possible that I get someone killed in these tougher barbarian fights as well. But it's, I think, a lot easier, weirdly enough, than this place. If I had a good archer, would the same be true? It would be theoretically possible to deal with the necromancers with a good archer. But of course I don't have that option. So yes, we've done plenty of these places. Not sure if it's interesting enough at this point anymore. I may get someone killed. That's like the only intriguing part at this point anymore about this, I think. We don't care about the loot at all. We know we win. Okay, I'll just leave it, actually. Let's just leave it. Let's try to get the Davkul helmet and try to find those lindworms. And then, after all of that, perhaps I will do something else still. Okay, thieves, no. Caravan to Lugnistead, don't really care. I'll get your super expensive, long-lasting food, though. And I guess I'll take a look at the weaponsmith. Okay, there's a spear, I don't care. Okay, so yes, let's go west from here. Surely we have enough sustenance. Okay, there's a champion here. I suppose we'll do this. Not much reason to, honestly, but out of principle, let's not skip every single fight. I'll try to autopilot this. And immediately I may have made a mistake, since I did that. Okay, that was an autopiloting mistake. Nice headshot there. Head is hit for 46 damage. Well, Farid, that's what you get for not having Steel Brow. Take your revenge, please. You did not. Well, he has 9 lives, he'll be fine. Okay. And we get a very underwhelming two-handed mace out of that. And also Gebhard has leveled to level 13. Reaches all the way to 22 melee defense. Okay, and well, at least Farid isn't injured. He's just wounded. Okay, so it might take a long while before the game graces us with the event of the Davkul helmet. Don't believe I've ever actually gotten it. Let's take a look at this place. Is this exciting? Kind of, yes. Some ancient priests. Lots of ancient honor guards. Couple of champions. So yes, it's a win, but is it more exciting than the barbarian fight that we skipped over here? I mean, it's different at least. Obviously, they don't have the X factor of those armored frost unholds that can really change the tide of battle. I guess we'll probably do this, but let's take a look here. So, I would like Farid at full hit points, if so. Let's scout a little bit more, and then maybe I'll come back here, since I should still have enough food. I'll take a manual look here. Yes, approximately 10 days. Oh, there's another one of these. This seems to be tougher. Okay, well, let's do it, I guess. Dozens of ancient honor guards, so kind of suicidal, to be honest, but let's go for it. For this, I don't need 3 shields, I mean. So how much was that in terms of fatigue? Well, it's a decent amount. Okay, top lineup in. How many priests did you have? 0. Honestly, I'd take the priests over so many more honor guards. This is kind of comparable to the Monolith. Well, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Anyways, let's use the very top lineup. Why bring Sven? His arms are okay. Shield breaking unnecessary. Damage is alright with him. Don't think I need the banner, do I? Maybe I do. Probably I don't. But I don't know. Maybe I should have him just in case. Even if he's kind of otherwise a little bit useless. Though he can rotate. I think I'll bring damage over the disarms. So the disarms are... whoopsie daisy. Disarms are also useful. Do I bring Mattis? Mattis or Sven? Or Raban? Could even use the blessed water here if I'd like. I don't think I will. But I could. I don't know. 75 melee defense plus 27. I guess Sven with this defense as well as the possibility of disarming is more useful than Mattis. Really tough fight. We'll see. Okay, let's go. How do we fare against this? Alright, let's just do the usual thing, which is back off. At the maximum swifter combat speed, it's lagging a bit here with this amount of opponents. Probably don't move Leonhard back 2 tiles. Let's just do like 1 here. And then we wait. Could use the... Oh, did it crash? What the hell? Well, that's disappointing, if so. I was just inspecting the onslaught here. It seems to have crashed. Well, Not sure if it was caused by this or by the Swifter being at 4 times speed, perhaps. Yes, it has crashed. Okay. Okay, let's try this again. Swallowed Castle. The game seems to be struggling a bit, but so far so good. Performance issues are highly irritating. I suppose that's somewhat obvious, but I'll still say it. Anyways, 28 undead here. So Fahad will move, but not just yet, I think. Though, is there a point in waiting in that case? There probably isn't. But just where do I want to go? Because I could go into the front line. That is allowed. Maybe here. And of course, Fahad, having leveled melee defense, is at a respectable 40. Okay, I think I'll just go for it. Let's begin here. Excellent start. Okay. And let's see here. So Sir Ulf's rotation. Who gets to be rotated? Probably just Carolus. Not sure why it's just Carolus, but anyways. Go for it. And then attack, I guess, and let's attack this one who already has the rebuke effects. So that's kind of a waste of fatigue, actually. Never mind, let's not attack. Do I want to move? Maybe. So I'll wait. Inspiring Presence moves. Maybe worthwhile. Valuable. Tempted to move here, but I risk getting hit if so. And with their formidable approach and 90 melee skill, I really shouldn't give them those chances. Am I going to use Blitzkrieg now? Maybe. Since they do have a respectable amount of initiative, I'll just wait here and we'll probably use the Blitzkrieg. Over here though, I suppose we probably do risk getting hit, but then again it's Dieter with his immense parry. Let's be brave, I suppose. And we'll see if that was a good idea or not. And with Farid I need to remember that if I use Adrenaline I can do with combo Pummel and Smite or Shatter. However, if I'm going to use the Blitzkrieg now, which I probably am, I suppose I will instead opt to keep my fatigue and skip the Adrenaline. So just attack this one probably. Yeah, I'll do it like that. Bonk. Step in and end. Okay. Leonhard, best of luck to you. Though I could, instead of moving here, opt to just stay. But I think I'll move here. That should deny them, well, some of them, the formidable approach at least. Let's go for it. And since I'm using Blitzkrieg, but then again, you're now away from Helmer, so let's just activate the Indom now. Okie dokie. Having like 2 hammers here would be pretty nice. That's a nice shatter opportunity, but then again Hakon is probably going to bonk this one. Though I could instead use Hakon on this one over here, on this flank. I may want to do that, but anyways, Sven we'll have plenty of targets, so disarming is kind of valuable. Let's go for this. So yes, Hakon. Time to decide. The shatter is nice. Let's actually double check. The fatigue costs. Pummel is 17. Shatter is 21, so... Because I can, of course, do 2 attacks. I don't know, it doesn't really matter that much, I guess. Let's go for this one. So I get the 2 attacks, and then I can even move. And then I can inspire. Where? You had 5 action points, so I can inspire here. Also, yes, Swain is still in the fight, of course. Kind of forgot about him. Well, anyways, Horik over here. And then the Blitzkrieg, I suppose. Yeah, seems worthwhile. I could also go for the Onslaught. I think I don't really need it, though. So instead we'll probably use Hold Steady next round. Or the Voice of Davkul. You stay there. And with Sir Olaf. It's kind of valuable inspiring Hakon. That would also inspire Carolus. But that means Fahad doesn't get to attack twice if I move Sir Ulf away. So in that case, if I move Swain here, I still have the 3 allies. That kind of works. This is also a pretty good spot for him, though. I don't know. Marginal, perhaps. I think all of those options are pretty good, so not sure I want to spend. So I could have attacked there, but it's fine. Spent too much time thinking about these decisions. Go for this one. Okay. Love to see those rebuke activations from a 95 miss. That's what I always wanted to see. Anyways, go for this one. That's the highest chance. Alright. So. I suppose now I am using the adrenaline. I have 13 action points. I could even do all 3 of these attacks, right? Well, I'm not going to count. But yeah, sadly I can't push here to use the shatter. There's just no room to push this one. If I push this guy here, yes, then I can do it. Okay. So we use adrenaline first. I would imagine we don't actually have enough fatigue for all of this though. Yeah, seems like we don't. Well, that's too bad if so. Anyways, I am going to use the adrenaline, I think. Sure, let's do it. Then we pummel. And it seems actually I can do everything. Well, that's nice. So let's see here. Who gets what? I think I'll do it like this. Maybe not. When do you act? Acts in 1. Okay, that's a berserk activation. That doesn't matter though, because you're inspired. Though, yes, if this one is pushed away, this is a berserk, then he can move and attack. I don't know. Just said about this kind of marginal things that I wouldn't spend too much time thinking about them, but here I am thinking about them. So I could do this. Kind of worth, but kind of not. Because I'd like to hit this guy in particular. Taking less damage from them, also very valuable though. So I suppose I will. Let's move. Finish off this one, perhaps? It's a little bit of a waste of damage, but I'll still do it. Okay, now don't miss. Thank you. Let's see here. We also have Carolus, of course. Instead, go for this. There's a couple of champions here. Obviously, the northern flank also has a lot of bones to deal with. Anyways, I think I'll just go for this. Pretty good. Okay, 2 attacks here. Wonder if there's a point in repelling. Don't think in this situation there really is. But I may be mistaken. Anyways, let's just go for this again. Okay, and that's a berserk. I guess I go for it. And I could reposition. Maybe even all the way here. That's a tad aggressive though, if you're Swain. It also misses out on the double strike. So I guess I won't, at least not yet. But yeah, I kind of, it seems, needlessly disarmed this one. Mistake. It seems that was a mistake. Okay, so now to decide. Do I move or do I not? So what I could also do, not sure if it makes any sense necessarily, but I could leave this one alive. Since it is disarmed, I could instead move here with Bertwin, if that's successful. Of course, it can fail as well. Do want to decide now what to do. I want to stick around Fahad, but then again, Fahad has already done things this round. So it's not necessarily something that Swain needs to do. Not his service to provide, not his duty. I think I'll just... we'll have plenty of targets, but... Well, then again, will we? Because they're blocked by Leonhard and Sven. If I move here, I can only be attacked by... Well, then again, yes, they have the split attacks, so I should be mindful of that. This one also has it, of course. But I can disarm that one. Anyways, whatever. A lot of thinking, a lot of blabbing on, and then I end up moving one tile. Okay, so, yes. Is there any scenario in which I don't actually go for this one? That means waiting or trying to move. Because I really hate that I disarmed this one. I don't know. Let's just go for it. Just do it. When in doubt, just decapitate. Okay. And do I want to make use of riposte? Perhaps I do, but I want to switch weapons, I suppose. Let's go for that one. Not sure how many targets we'll have on Bertwin. Well, at least one. From here. And I could even use Carolus here. That means 2 targets will go for him. Okay, sure. Let's use the riposte. From there. Okay, so hold steady or Voice of Davkul. Farid is out of range. The nice thing about Voice of Davkul, of course, is that it doesn't have a range. And Farid could really use that. And I can even move one tile. I guess I used the Voice of Davkul now already. Let's do it. Okay, Carol's here. Not quite enough. Then you wait. And yes, I will want to rotate someone with Sir Ulf, but is now the time, or do I first wait? Procrastination can have benefits. I suppose if I rotate next to this one, it won't get the formidable approach bonus. That is worthwhile. And Athenades will perhaps move here if I rotate over there, but he may also want to go for the flank. In any case, I'll get Hakon next to 2 enemies, and he'll also be inspired next round. So I guess that's kind of good. Let's do it. And if I inspire Farid, he's out of fatigue, kind of, but he'll have 14 action points, it seems. So he can smite twice, that's the lowest fatigue cost attack. Sure, do it. Okay. Excellent. Now I did give Athenades a free attack there. But it's going to be fine. Alright, it's going pretty well, I'd say. The riposte is also working. I'll take a look at the chance in a moment, because that seemed very, very high. Really too high. Let's take a look if I can find it. Uses cleave and hits Dieter, chance 61. How the hell is it that high? Because Dieter has 51 melee defense plus... Oh, come on, let me inspect. Thank you. Plus 73 melee defense from parry. There is the formidable approach, of course. Well, it seems really high, but I guess math be math, and I can't really do much about it. Well, it is what it is. We'll deal with that thing momentarily, so it won't matter in the end. Also, such a low chance to hit, but yes, I do think I want to go for that to take care of the formidable approach, and of course I fail. Anyways, nicely done. So I get 2 attacks here. It's in 8. Yeah, that's a Berserk activation, so I don't want to finish off this one with Horik. I could also move somewhere here. Bertwin so far is uninjured, but he's up against a lot. Fahad will want 3 allies if possible. Can I provide that? If I wait, then it seems like yes. Because I really don't need to be attacking this one here. And obviously this weapon isn't like the best weapon to use against these enemy types. So Horik's value comes at least, let's say 50% from being able to inspire others in this fight. But it seems like there's not really that many spots to provide support from on the northern flank. I'll need support for Swain though. If I move here, I can still attack. Then I can move Fahad there. He'll have the 3 allies. And that provides support for Swain. There's also at least one of them coming from the flank over there. And if push comes to shove, so to speak, I can use the repel attack. So I think I'll move here. What is your melee defense? 42. That's a pretty respectable amount. So I could even go for something like that spot. And probably better for Fahad though. Because inspiring Sven isn't really going to help that much. He's just going to run out of fatigue anyway. Ertwin, the same deal. Let's just go there. And start dealing with this one ever so slowly. And speaking of him, go for the one next to you. Okay. Alright. At this point, I think I'll go for damage instead of the disarms. Yeah, I think I'll just move here with Fahad, like I said. Though if I wait here, I can still get Sir Ulf there to provide leverage and attack twice. And there are 2 opponents in range. In any case, I think I'll wait first before I decide. So this one is still coming in. We'll end up there, it seems. Okay, that was very rude. Now I can't activate Berserk. But then again, I am inspired, so get wrecked. And there was the Berserk. Anyways, over here probably. Yes, that seems like a decent spot. We do have such high chances to hit. It may be time to hold steady here. Let's do it. I could also use the voice of Davkul from the backup plan. I guess I probably should. So I will. And I'll also wait in case I want to move. Okay, Sven is kind of in trouble. What was the chance to hit there? 41. That is semi-high. Anyways, let's see. So Sir Ulf. I could rotate Farage, or I could just provide leverage bonuses. But I do have 12 action points on Farid. Let's move here for the leverage. Good. Okay, the south has been dealt with. Probably keep on using the riposte, especially since he hasn't taken damage yet. Step over there. Instead of switching weapons, I think I'll just attack with the slash and then activate riposte. Not sure if correct. But it is easier on the fatigue, so I'll do it. A little bit in trouble with Hakon as well, but he should be okay. Alright, let's see here. That's going to block Farid, so I guess I go for this target. From here, perhaps. Ancient Centurion uses slash and misses for hot. Okay, sure. If you say so. Now if I move, I lose out on being inspired, so I guess I don't move. Getting a bit stamped out, though. Okie dokie. I'll move there, I think. And let's just go for the Legatus here. And these two targets will be gone, so I'll wait so I can move. Oh, come on, Swain. That's enough of that. Thank you. Let's get rid of the formidable approach. And wait. So this move activates Mauler. So let's do it. Despite it kind of blocking over there. All right. We are getting there. Some damage has been taken, but it seems like no one will perish. Can move and attack still. But whatever. You're hurt enough, just do that. Alright. And then rotate someone somewhere. But whom and where? Suppose it doesn't really matter at this point. This should be basically over. Bleeding times 18. I didn't notice that. Okay, that needs to be tended. Or I need to end the fight ASAP. I guess I have time, so it doesn't really matter. Be nice to have a bandage though. Someone has bandages, I know that. But yes, we should have enough time. Sir Ulf has bandages. Okay, whatever. I'll just move next to him. Kind of a waste of those bandages, but whatever. Alright, so yes, went pretty well. No injuries. Let's see, Farid dealt a lot of damage, and it seems he was the damage king. Peter is in second place, it seems. Yes, okay. Get a couple of famed cleavers out of that. First one is pretty bad. Second one is seemingly even worse. Well, that doesn't really matter. Okay, so that's taken care of. How much sustenance do we have? Seems we have enough for a little bit. So we are of course looking for the Davkul helmet out in the wilds from a event. I'll just scout this area. Okay. Farid has lost a famed two-handed barbarian mace. Well, that sucks a bit, but it doesn't really make a difference. Okay, everybody makes mistakes. If I remember correctly, there is a way of preventing that from happening in Legends. So I guess technically I should deal with direwolves, so I can make at least one of those attachments again. So I suppose I will chase them down. Also, I didn't notice Karos has leveled. He's now level 24. Alright. Let's do this easy fight. I say easy, but of course they're all frenzied. But yes, it should be easy, of course. I'm going to try to move. Okay. Let's get aggressive over here. All right, sure. I'll do a rotation. Okay. Also, maybe I should have sat Hakon out because his armor is a bit damaged. That should be okay. This one is also okay because of the Blitzkrieg. I'll do this. Alright, it's time to use round swing. Let's not use that though. You're in my way. Okay, let's wait. There we are. Rubrok. Okay, we'll do this next time, I think. There's a champion, lots of warriors, several berserkers, and a warlord. Honestly, should be semi-easy. But despite that, I think I will destroy it. Scout a bit more and then we'll move back next to this place. Jagged Hatchet Den. Okay. Spawned orc hunters, I will leave them be. I'm feeling merciful. Alright. Rubrok. Well, like I said, that will be next time. We'll see exactly what lineup I will use, but anyways, that's enough for now. Thanks for watching, and I shall see you next time.